Got a dream in a tear last night, watched the world fade out of sight. Seen the ghosts of time preside, eagles soared and falcons cried. Sleeping phoenix on a rise. Abundance and strange the skies.
Hello, and welcome to Phoenix Rising. Well, it's a really busy week this week. We're closing out the annual cycle, and that closing out of the annual cycle is going to be punctuated by this Saturday, that is this coming Saturday, on the 22nd. As always, every year I offer a Rave New Year analysis, and it's going to be available at 8 GMT, and it's going to be free. If you come to the website or you're connected to me on Facebook, then you'll see the access key and you'll be able to get into the classroom. And I hope all of you will join me in that. It's always fascinating to take a look at the coming pattern for the year. But more than that, this is a week in which here at Jovian, with the classes that I operate here, that these classes are underway, and also in the International Human Design School. And we're really back to school in human design, and it's always an exciting time for me to get back into the virtual classroom, and it's something certainly that I've enjoyed for years, particularly now with the programs that I'm running, differentiation degree program and the sociology program. It's fascinating to look into human design at this level and share it with so many deeply educated and aware students. So I'm always grateful to be back in the teaching environment. But anyway, as I said, we're at the very end of our cycle, and as you'll soon see as we step into the next segment, I'll give you an insight into how the door is closed and how we open up, as we will on Saturday, to a new year. So on with the show. Last week, I took you through the first 3 stages of these steps that we take as we close out the cycle. That is, as the sun moves through the gates, we looked at the 38th gate. We looked at the potential of, did you find purpose? Did you find your spirit? We moved from that 38th gate to the 54th gate. That gate of ambition, the marrying maiden. Did you have the right allies? You know, who was there for you in this life? Who got in the way? Where didn't it work? You know, that is really an opportunity to look and see so importantly, you know, those beings that are there for you. I mean, it's something always to remember. It's one of the basic teachings of human design, is that, you know, to be aware, to live correctly is something that would actually be incredibly simple if one lived entirely alone, and we don't. We live in the world, and in the world around us, everything about it is determined by those beings that are in your aura, how important it is for you to be correct in terms of who you allow, who you bring into your life. So this phase of the sun in the 54 with the opposition in the 53, all about looking towards a new beginning, but through which allies are you able to fulfill the promise of the marrying maiden, that promise of ambition. And then, of course, it moved to the 61, to inner truth, you know, to really assess it all. And with inner truth's opposition, the 62nd gate, that is the gate of detail, the gate of the facts, to bring it all together, to be able to close the book on it. Because now we are in the 60th gate of limitation. It's about letting go. It's always about letting go. I think this is one of the most difficult things for beings in trying to live their lives as themselves, is letting go of the seduction that mind puts in front of them all the time. Letting go of this sense that they are insecure and afraid and need to take care of business themselves, when in fact it just blows them away. How beautiful it is, how peaceful it is to be able to rest within yourself and find the truth within you. Getting to this place is about letting go of that past, letting go of it all, not just simply letting go of, you know, what didn't work, but let go of it. to be clean, to be clear, to be ready to step forward into what is a new cycle, a new experiential cycle, with the sun entering into the 41st gate, and away we go. Limitation is something extraordinary, because what limitation is all about is transcendence. The moment that you can accept limitation, it no longer exists. This is all about mind, and the way mind distorts things, and the way it distorts things in order to keep you so uncomfortable in your life. Folly is strategy and authority. It's a new year. Let go of being not self. Let go of the great dilemmas that the not self mind presents to you moment by moment to keep you from your own promise. Let go. And accept in that limitation yourself. Yourself. I teach self-love. To trust in yourself. To recognize you have precisely what you need to move forward. You have the key to navigating on this plane as you. Surrender. Surrender. Give up your whole game of trying to let your mind control your destiny. Let go. Accept the limitation of what you are, of the way you are, of the way it is. And live your life as yourself. It's a beautiful thing. Have a great year. Hello, and welcome to this week's Neutrino Weather. And we've got so many things that are going on. We've got a lot of definitions that are going to be there this week. We have the definition of the 5 and the 15, so we're going to have the whole channel of being in the flow. So basically what we're going to have during the week is that we're going to have a homogenized rhythm that is going to be there on the planet. It's one of the things about understanding the presence of the 15-5 is that for those of you that don't have it, you can end up feeling like you're really stuck because you get locked into a certain flow that really isn't your own, and you have to find a way, to be able to work in that. It's also something to remember that because we have the sun in the 60th gate, it is the time of limitation. It is about accepting. It is about closing out the cycle. And in that closing out of the cycle, we have other things that are at work. We have a definition again through the nodes and through Jupiter in the 57th gate. We have the perfected form, and of course that perfected form is going to be there also during this process, and I think very helpful in that sense in terms of trying to come to grips with closing the cycle. But I guess the most powerful thing is this combination of the build up to the Rave New Year that's going to be on Saturday, and with this build up to the Rave New Year we're going to have not only Neptune consistently in the 30th gate and in the 4th line of burnout on the other side of the 41, but we're going to have Mars entering into the 41st gate at the beginning of the week, far ahead of the Sun entering into the 41st gate. So we're going to have this very strong emotional definition in the channel of recognition of feelings. There is all this definition that is going to be there. And again, remember, this is being imposed in that sense on everyone. On everyone. So everyone is going to be impacted emotionally with the potential of emotional burnout in this week. It's particularly relevant for those that have already felt like they've started the not-self new cycle, and they're entering into very difficult times now because this 60th gate is really shutting down the old cycle. It's not about getting things going. It isn't. And so much of the confusion out there is that people don't really feel like they can get moving because, of course, the energy isn't in their favor. The thing that's most important is to operate as yourself. I mean, on Saturday evening, I will, at least evening here in Europe, I'll be offering a guide to the Rave New Year and an analysis of the coming year. But after all, this is about how we live in the weather, and we live in the weather by operating correctly as ourselves. You know, trust in your strategy and authority, and this weather is for your pleasure. I'm having trouble with weather today. Anyway, you have yourself a good week.
Got a dream in a tear last night, watched the world fade out of sight. Seen the ghosts of time preside, eagles soared and falcons cried. Sleeping phoenix on a rise. Abundance and strange the skies.